Happy Monday, everybody. It's a new week here, so I'm going to be doing some thrifting today. Just finished up mailing out all my packages from my weekend sales. I'll be going over some of them this week in the new video, and let's see what we can get into. Just finished up thrifting. I did find a pair of Nike Air Force One New Year shoes today, and I'm probably going to put them on eBay. Let me show you real fast. So, not bad looking. I'll get them nice and cleaned up, and then I'll throw them up later tonight. So it was a pretty crazy day today at Goodwill. Usually I go in there every day, but today, for some reason, they were on point with a bunch of stuff. Let me show you what I got. I got a bunch of Imagine Next toys. I think a whole lot for $10. I should make pretty good money on that. A bunch of VHS tapes. They had about 5 Pokemon VHS tapes. I'll lot them up and sell them together. And then a huge bag full of Robotech VHS tapes. I'll lot them all together and see what I can get. Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of stuff. They were bringing stuff out from the back, so I was hitting it as soon as they were bringing it out. I want to go over some good practices for selling clothing, especially shirts, on eBay, Mercari, or Poshmark. What I have and what I continue to use are poly bags. These are 12 by 15, a folding board, and of course, my shirt. First thing I want to do is unfold the board and get it ready. Second thing I want to do is make sure when I'm opening the shirt that I turn the shirt face front to the bottom of the board. And then I make sure, especially large, extra large, anything higher than that, I tuck in the sleeves and the bottom of the shirt nicely. Then I fold left, fold right, and you fold either side, doesn't matter, fold up. Then you have yourself a nice squared up looking shirt. The next thing I do is just add it to the poly bag. This brings a really good presentation, especially when you're sending it to people. I know when I get stuff in the mail and it's bagged, it looks new, looks professional. Some people add thank you notes to it. I do every once in a while, especially the higher end stuff I sell. All you do is just seal it up, make sure it's sealed nice and tight, squeeze out all the air, especially when you're sending it out in a bubble mailer, and that's it. I'm heading over to Goodwill now. Actually, I'm here. I'm getting ready to go in. So let's see what we can get into today, and hopefully there's some good deals. Finished up in Goodwill today, and I actually got a pretty decent deal. Let me show you real fast. I got a North Face jacket, size large, and it still has the tags on it. I believe I paid 12 bucks for it, so that was a pretty good deal today. It's the only thing I found. The first item that I have sold was a Texas Instruments TI-83 graphing calculator. I had found it at a yard sale. Actually, it was my wife who found it at a yard sale and pointed it out. And it was in the quarter bin. I turned around and flipped it for $15. Keep an eye on any type of graphing calculators from Texas Instruments. TI-83, especially TI-84s. Those sell real good. If you can get them at a cheap price, definitely buy them and flip them for some good money. This yokai monster toy I listed on eBay, promoted, and sold for 45 bucks. Yokai in Japanese pretty much means spirit or ghost. There's many different books, movies about these type of characters, and if you ever come across them, even though they're rare, pick them up. You can flip them on eBay. I put this Wilbur and Friends lot on eBay a couple months ago, and it finally sold. I bought these 2 little vintage beanbag filled characters for 50 cents each. And they sat for a little while and ended up selling them for 20 bucks. This next item, 2014 Alien 35th Anniversary Xenomorph Hallmark Keepsake, I put on eBay for $29 and ended up selling for $25. Anytime I can find any Hallmark keepsakes that are related to aliens or any type of monsters, I usually pick up and hold on to them for a while and then turn around and flip them for a little bit more money. Here's an example of something I sat on for years. I used to go to raves back in the 90s, so I collected a lot of vintage flyers. At the time they weren't vintage, but now they are. I've had them sitting in a binder forever. So I figured, hey, let's throw them on eBay and see what I can get for them. I lotted them up, some 2, some 3, some by themselves. This one sold particularly for $14.99. I sold 3 others for $14.99 each. Just goes to show, if you have stuff sitting in your death pile or stuff you have sitting around that you don't know if it's worth money or not, go to eBay, look at stuff that's sold, not the stuff for sale. There's a difference there, because stuff that sells, you could put any type of amount on it. It doesn't mean it's going to sell. But if you look at stuff that's sold and you compare, look at comps, make sure to check the most recent. You can even go back a little bit and check some. You'll see if it's worth anything or if it's worth selling. Like I said, this particular item here are items I've had sitting around forever. So I said, why not? Let's throw them on, see what I can get, and look what I got for them. Earlier in the week, I had picked up this Orange Box PS3 Half-Life game. I turned around and ended up selling for $20, so I was pretty happy with what I made off of it. Those Ravenloft books that I picked up earlier in the week sold for $49.99. Anytime that you can come across any Dungeons & Dragons or TSR products from the 80s and 90s, comp them. They do sell pretty good. Some sell really good, so keep your eyes out for those. Those are definitely a BOLO item. I had purchased this DVD at a thrift store for $2.99 sealed. It's an out-of-print Shaw Brothers movie. They make mostly kung fu type movies, but this is a rarer title. I put it on eBay for a couple weeks for $100, and someone came in with a $50 offer. I ended up selling it for that. I was happy with what I paid for it and what I sold it for. This Illy Cattleman extra large long sleeve pearl snap shirt sold for $20. I believe I picked it up for $2.99. Western Apparel is still selling pretty good for me. If I can get it anywhere between $2 to $5, I'll turn around and flip it for $15, $20, $25. Depends on the size, the pattern, the color. I recently sold one. It was all black, no patterns on it, for $15. This one had a pattern on it, and those seem to go for a little bit more, especially the size. I put this Captain Ultra Bullmark Marmette lot on eBay for $150. I ended up getting an offer for $110 and sold it for that. Captain Ultra is based on a 1960s Japanese sci-fi TV show that lasted for a season. Bullmark and Marmette are companies that actually put out PVC kaiju type figures, mostly like Godzilla, Ultraman, any type of tokusatsu series from Japan. The last item for this week that I sold was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Japanese 5 God Dragon promo card from Game Boy. I listed it for $19.99 and it ended up selling. I believe I purchased it for $5, so I had a pretty decent flip on this one. That's it for this week's episode. I had a lot of fun this week finding all kinds of neat items, and I'm glad to share them with you. Also, I think my favorite thing that I did find was probably that North Face jacket that was brand new. Hopefully I can turn that around and flip it for some pretty decent money. We'll see in the next coming episodes. And if you like my channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. And we'll see you next time.